Storms aren't scary. It's the unknown that they bring that is scary. We are sharing 3 basic storm lessons because they're fresh on our minds. Hope you enjoy, and thanks for watching.
When the waves get really ugly, really steep, we have 2 different approaches that we've used on and that we've learned on these last 2 trips. Either Matt will turn up into the wind and we'll kind of hit the waves and just kind of go up and down them like this.
I chose to leave a little Maine out and just do a little reaching here. Not a true 4 reach, but just got the sail out. We're moving about 1 knot forward into the wind, and it's gotten really cold.
It slows the boat down. It's like we don't make progress very much, but it is just pretty much a steady, smooth up and down, not very much rocking side to side. It's very smooth. And so sometimes that feeling alone just makes you feel like you're more in control, and it kind of really calms me down.
All right, so we knew gear and equipment was important, and I think we did an episode recently about our offshore safety gear. But maybe what's more important is having a role in a storm, and we stumbled upon this discovery because there's so much going on in a storm.
Storms are terrifying.
You've got the wind. Heavy winds are enough. Now add a sea state. That multiplies your attention, your distractions.
I was so anxious, and I thought, oh my God, we are going to die. that
Now add lightning.
So we chose not to race the storm into port because the intense amount of lightning that we saw on the shoreline.
And the thunder accompanies it. Now add water spouts that you're looking for on the horizon that are coming your way, which we saw some just yesterday, day before yesterday. Or was it yesterday? And then everything becomes a blur. You can't, it's just one continuous 24 period of being awake and focusing. So having roles can really narrow down the problems that could arise. For us, before we realized what each of us could do in a storm, it was, all right, I'm going to go to the helm. Nancy, you do this. All right, Olivia, go do this. And that alone created stress. And of course, when you're stressed, you can't think straight and you can't execute. But really, in reality, knowing what to do ahead of time is what helped us. So,
like, I don't want to capsize the boat, so I'm not driving the boat when there's a storm. But we've learned that, you know, we can look, we can see that the storm is coming, we can see that the rain is coming. And so my role has just been lately, you know, grab the things that can go downstairs that we need to secure, close and batten the hatches, you know, get everything prepped for when that rain finally hits. And then when it hits, I camp out at the main sheet.
she can let the main sheet out, she can tighten it in based on our wind angle. And so knowing that ahead of time is perfect.
Because if the mainsail's out, you know, Matt has learned some techniques and he's like, you know, loosen it, tighten it. And so I'm just there manning that sheet. Except for when he thinks I'm a little too anxious, and he's like, why don't you just go downstairs? But, you know, we had to clearly define what my role was so that when I saw it, I didn't panic. I knew exactly what I'm supposed to do. And so I just quickly put things away and I get to my sheet and then I just wait it out.
What to secure, what gear to get out and put on. These things are great. And Olivia pitches in with that. She grabs all of those goods. So having these roles, that's been a big discovery. And it's really something we just realized, oh, this is what each of us are good at. It makes sense to do that.
The other approach that we used in this last set of storms was he would run downwind with the wind. Tropical Storm Claudette, when it got too overwhelming, I know that they did that a lot. They would run downwind, and it kind of sets you back on your course. It takes you the opposite direction. But it kind of, still it calms the boat, and you don't feel so much, I don't know, like the boat.
It was,
Oh my goodness.
when it hits the beam, it's like, boom, it hits the boat with such a force. It's loud, and we're like, what did we hit? Yeah. You would think you hit something because it hits the boat.
The boat's moving to where it's going to push itself over. It has this like little smooth rock like this when you're going on the waves downwind. And so yeah, it has that rocking motion, but still when you're in the heat of a storm and you feel like the boat is just so out of control, one of those two approaches really just makes you like calm down, take a deep breath, relax for a minute, and then try to, see which way we need to go and how that's going to feel. So those have been our two approaches of really keeping Cadence calm in those big waves, and not feeling like we're going to just, flip the mast in the water and, I don't know, flip over. That's what it feels like. So thanks for watching today's episode. Welcome to the Carolinas. Thanks for joining us on our first Atlantic crossing. I guess passage. It's not really a crossing, but our first Atlantic passage. We're enjoying the beautiful scenery of the Carolinas, and we want to share that with you.
And we want to share in an upcoming episode what we've learned about storm predictions and forecasts, and what we're discovering on how to use them to know when to leave port or when to sit still, which is probably the biggest lesson and decision we've had to ever make, is when to leave. So we'll see you next week. Thanks again for watching. We look forward to talking with you in the comments below.
Are you on or not? Okay. Made it safely. I don't know. That's not what I want to say.
From yesterday. I can't get it straight. Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, it was all a blur, but like a...
Was this